coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's do it, man. 2026, man. We need the meet and greet, man. I'm not going to stop saying it until we get it. And I guarantee you when we get it, we going to have a ball, man. Big love to everybody out there who support the movement. Everybody out there who support the platform. Listen, man. Shout out to all my members, man. We still pushing for 2K. Let's go, man. Salute. Appreciate y'all. Listen. I done seen so much diabolical stuff in prison, man. It's just so much stuff in my brain. But I know this is a lesson for all men. All men, you know, in prison and out of prison. This is why you never, ever slap a grown man. You understand me? You never slap a grown man. You know, because number one, it's a grown man. You know, but you got dudes in life and you got dudes in prison who think that they so big and they bad that they don't have to just punch a grown man if they got a problem with him, an issue with him that they think that they can handle him so bad they can, you know, smack him in. Yeah, all that type of stuff right there. That type of stuff right there, man, is one of the most humiliating things you could do to a grown man, especially in front of other grown men. You understand? But my grandmother always told me spitting on somebody was the ultimate, you know, disrespect. But I believe for a man, it's just as equal if you slap a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're basically saying to him that you're superior to him in every way, physically, mentally, you know, every kind of way, that I can just slap you and there'll be no consequences, right? So now I ain't gonna hold you. I done seen a lot of slaps in prison. I mean, a lot of bow. You know what I'm saying? I done seen a lot of. I done seen some that had dire consequences. I done seen some that had no consequences. I still would suggest to you, you never slap a grown man. If it comes to that point where you feel that you got to get physical with him, I would say knock him out and get on about your business and deal with whatever they come with it. But slapping a grown man, is never a good idea. I think dudes do it to try to humiliate dudes, to belittle them, to, you know, emasculate them or whatever the case may be. In this situation right here, I remember this dude, he played poker all the time. Now, yeah, I ain't gonna say he a tough guy, but he will fight and he will, you know, more than likely be the cause of the fight because he run his mouth a lot. He one of them old talk a lot type joker. Always into something, you know, always got something to say, always trying to turn a dollar. I will give him that. He'll run a quarter board, a pool, a parlay. He'll play poker. He'll play dice. He'll try to get the sack. He'll try to flip this, flip that, have a off-brand store box. He try to do everything. But with doing all of these things, if you in the mix with the gambling and the money getting and all this, you going to have to be putting in some work. That's just how it go. Because if not, you're not going to get paid. Ain't nobody going to respect you in prison unless you going to put in some work. And ain't nobody going to pay you in prison unless they know that you're going to put in some work. So he had a little reputation, but like I said, he trying to be more than what he is. And he like to lean on dudes that he felt was weaker than him. And also, he one of the type of dudes that he'll try to do something to a lesser dude to the extreme to try to send a message to the dudes that's really a threat. You know what I'm saying? If y'all get what I'm saying, he one of them type of dudes, he'll pick and choose just so he'll let it be known still that, you know what I'm saying, I'm a bad mofo, don't mess with me. You know what I'm saying? He one of them type of dudes. So he at the poker game one day and he losing, right? And then when dudes be losing in anything in penitentiary, they get an attitude, especially in poker. Now, it's this thing about poker that I've spoken to y'all about before. Poker, even chess, even, you know, just cards in general. It's called swallowing bets. That's when you get these dudes that want to play. They fascinated with the game, whatever it may be, poker, dice, whatever the case may be, and they don't play. So they'll stand around and just watch because penitentiary is born. So they just stand around just watching, right? You swallowing bets, especially if they gambling. Now the problem with that is dudes is just standing around watching and something is going on when the people in the booth look or somebody come on the floor, they assume you watching something that people don't supposed to be doing. You watching something that's illegal, gambling. You know what I'm saying? So dudes be like, man, get away from the table if you ain't gambling. You want to look like it's just, if dudes was just playing spades and there won't no money or nothing involved, they assume ain't nobody gonna be standing around trying to watch that. So when you stand around and watch it, essentially you drawing heat to what's going on. So dudes will tell you get away. Now other dudes that's just mad because they losing will use that as an excuse to blame you why they losing. And or have the conspiracy theory in their head that you helping somebody in front of him cheat. Like if he playing for a real good hand and he don't know whether to call, and then he finally eventually call and he lose, and he look up and look around him, he'll be like, man, he think this dude that gave you a signal like, call. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, anything like that is because he see your hand and the other dude can't. So it be stuff like that. It's complicated. You know what I'm saying? It's complicated. But for the most part, a dude be looking for a reason why he losing it besides the fact that you just losing, you know. So he was losing and he losing. So he lose a big old hand and he like, mama, cussing everything, get up. He bag away from the table, he turn around, he see old boy standing there. The old boy just standing there with his arms crossed like this. Cause this dude in particular is a serious, like, from the outskirts of like a no threat. He don't bother nobody. He don't gamble. He mind his business. He go to chow. He watch TV. He like poker, I guess. He watch poker games. You know what I'm saying? But he out the way. He out the way. He kick it with you. He laugh and joke, play little spades with other dudes. He out the way though. He not a threatening type of dude, right? So he turns on dude like, man, you keep standing behind me for, man. Get on out the way, man. And dude was like, oh, man, I won't do it. I'm just looking. He said, man, I said get on out the way, man. Standing behind me swallowing bets, man. Get the, you know, and dude was like, hey, man, all right. Threw his hands up in submission, like, okay, all right. He said, what? He said, man, nothing. I ain't doing nothing. He walked away, right? Boom. He sat back there and started playing cards, steady running his mouth. He steady losing. Losing, right? You in the breaks, man. You gonna lose no matter what you do. It ain't got nothing to do with old boy. Old boy that went over there, got him a cup of coffee, sit down, watching the pod TV. The poker game almost over. It's almost count time. Dude shut it down till count time is over. He gets up, he mad in a mofo, because now it's payday. You got to go get this money. It's count time. He want to collect the money before he go in for count. So when he come out for count, he can distribute the money to who winning, start the game over. That's how it go, right? So now he got to go get this money. So if you ask me from the outskirts looking in, he looking for out. So he takes it upon himself to walk right over there to the table while the dude sitting there drinking his coffee. And he said, man, don't let me catch you sitting behind me again, man, when I'm playing poker, man, standing behind me or none of that. You heard me, man? Dude said, man, I said I heard you, man. He said, smack, bang, knock him out the chair, right? Coffee fall all over the table and everything. Dude hit the ground. He's scared. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, how you got it? You got it? He said, I know I got it. I know I got it. Don't stand behind me no more. They go for all y'all, man. Stand behind me when I'm playing no cards, man. You know what I'm saying? And stomping on up the stairs like he's a bad mofo. You know what I'm saying? Dude get himself up off the ground. Dude looking at him. You know, you got some youngins in there. So a couple of them giggling. Oh, man. Oh, see. You know, like always them jokers like, yeah, if he would have did me like that, man, you wouldn't have did nothing. You done did a bunch of nothing. You did. So couple of old timers looking at him, you know, with the screw face, like, you know, they knowing that's a sucker move. You know what I'm saying? Real life sucker move. I was one of them. Like, that's a sucker move. You know what I'm saying? Dude don't bother nobody. He ain't even about their life. So what you smack him for? He ain't the only one looking at the poker game. He ain't the reason for you losing. Why you smack him? You don't want to pay this money. You hoping something would have happened or the people would have seen you and you can go to jail. That's what I'm thinking. You trying to, you know what I'm saying, low-key check in. You know what I'm saying? And you picking a scapegoat to do it, right? But it ain't work because the police ain't see it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go to their cell, woo, come back out. Money got to be paid. You got to pay that money. And everybody, boom, boom, boom. Once he pay that money, he don't sit back down and play. Now that's the number one reason right there to let a person know that you broke, you're on the verge of being broke. That's why I believe he was trying to get out. Why? Because if you lose in poker, you go right back and try to get that money back. I mean, it's just a disease like that. It's like, I can't let him win this money. I can't win it back. All I got to do is sit there, win me a couple of hands, get my money back, cash out. That's known. I done did it a gazillion times. Now, do it work out all the time? Nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you're going to try to do. When you just go and pay that money and then you just roll out and there's still more poker to be played, you broke. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. You ain't trying to take the chance on sitting back down there because you can't stand whatever else you got to lose. You can't stand losing it. And or you know that this dude running the game gonna want that money and you gonna have to get busy. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? So everybody who know. So he don't play no more. The rest of the night, walk around, huffing and puffing and go get on the phone and get to snatching with his girl like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I remember slap dude right here, man, playing with me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to be playing, man, made me lose my money. Yeah, baby, send me some more, send me some on the bulls. Yeah, I'll slap him. He's talking, he bragging and everything, right? This is the classic definition what I mean, don't judge a book by its cover. Watch somebody rock you to sleep. Underestimate somebody and watch how it turn out for you. You cannot underestimate nobody in prison. I don't care how big they is, small they is, what their nationality is, how much time they got. Brother, we all under a tremendous amount of pressure. Anybody can snap. And ain't nobody that I ever met in prison for jaywalking. Ain't nobody I ever met in prison, man, for being, you know what I'm saying, just a docile or a docile librarian nerd or something like he ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, I done met some dudes that's super weak, super scared, but they did something to get in prison. They will break the law. You understand? So that's my philosophy. So, man, listen, it's probably about, I can't say for 100% sure, but I know it's less than a week and more than 3 days. So it's anywhere between 4 to 7 days. And he back there at the poker table. I guess he done made a re-up or he done hit a lick or he done did whatever he had to do to grind some more money back to go to that poker table and try to get his money back. Now he's sitting at the poker table just minding his business, trying to win. He dead serious about this. And that same dude that he slapped, that same dude that anybody in that pod would tell you was just a regular smackler. You understand? Man, that dude was out there, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it no kind of shape, form, or fashion, and I watches everything. That dude went and got his coffee like he usually do. He sat there and he drank a whole cup of coffee. Watching TV. They still playing. We might got 30, 45 minutes more left of pod wreck. So he gets up and goes over there and fix him another cup of coffee. Boiling hot cup of coffee. He goes back like he going to his table to sit down to watch the TV, but the poker table is off here to the side. Man, he walks right up behind old boy and throws that hot water on him, and he got a joint in his hand, probably about as big as this, and he just started poking him in the neck. Splish, bang, 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 bang. Man, you talking about going crazy up in there? Bro, he hollered so loud with the hot water initially hit him, bang, and he get poking him in his neck. He and try to get up from the, we got stainless steel benches. He tried to get up, but it's a pole that comes, it comes out and turns into the chair. He trying to get up to get away to find out what's going on, cause he ain't even turned around yet. And his leg get caught on the pole and he trip and fall. Man, old boy got on top of him and nothing. He just lost his mind, man. He was just snapping and going on, just swinging wild. And he started kicking at him and stuff. And hollering, hey, and he trying to hold his neck and he trying to kick that dude. And old boy is just swinging at anything that he can hit, man. And everybody in there is like, man, what the, you know what I'm saying? Because it was unexpected. More so for him. He didn't, man, he just was going ham, bro. He was huffing and puffing. Dude was on his back, bagging up. He done bagged up against the trash can. The trash can done fell over. His neck is leaking. He holding his neck. Man, his little jeans done started to turn red because he just getting poked and poked and poked and poked and poked. And man, it was just, man, it was a chaotic scene. Now, this show you what type of sucker Bill dude he is that don't nobody really rock with him because ain't nobody try to help him. You know what I'm saying? If you really got a road dog in there, a homeboy in there, somebody in there you solid with, and you getting done dirty like that, you know they got hit in the neck and dashed with some hot water, man, somebody gonna at least say, hey man, that's enough, man. Hey man, back up off of me. Ain't nobody say nothing. Everybody was just looking and gasping and hollering like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like they watching a Super Bowl touchdown or something. And man, he was lighting them up, and the broad came over there and started banging on the joint and calling people, and they start opening the doors. Everybody go to your cell, go to your cell, go to your cell. He's still scrambling and moving around on the ground. He tried to get up. One time he turned to the crawl joint and tried to get up, and old boy was hitting him in the back. Bang, bang. He fell back down and rolled back up on his back, man, and started kicking. It was nothing he could do, bro. I would have to guess he might have got hit 20, 30, 40. I don't know. I know it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole lot of times for smacking somebody, for underestimating somebody, for thinking dude is a sucker. Don't nobody know this dude. I don't even need it. I mean, if you guess what he was locked up for just by looking at him, you probably say, I don't know. Maybe he had a DUI. He just don't look like that. And he don't talk like that. And he ain't even never present himself like that. But I guess he got to that point with all that he got going on, which is the same thing that all of us got going on. Bro, you locked up. Bro, you in the worst state of your life, bro. You ain't fit to be played with. You can't even kiss your mama. You can't even hug your kids. And, you know what I'm saying? These are people that, bro, they could just snap at any time, bro. And I don't know why people don't understand it. I've always understood that. You know what I'm saying? Because I always knew what I was going through, and I always know if you going through something, it's universal. Other people got the same, man. We all got the same feelings. We all got the same type of feelings, bro. You feel lost when you in prison. So I don't think nobody like that fit to be played with. Do a lot of them do get played with? Yeah. Do a lot of them got a longer breaking point? Yeah. Do some of them probably scared to get to their breaking point? Yeah. But you taking a chance every time you play with somebody in prison. He took a chance and he crapped out. You know what I'm saying? He crapped out. You know what I'm saying? And he almost bled out. You know, because them people run up in there and jump on old boy and, you know what I'm saying, they, you know, do what they do to him, ball him on up like a pretzel and drag him on up out of there. And he laying down there, bro, and that part had so much blood on the floor. I'm talking about, I knew, number one, we won't coming back out there. That's automatic, you know what I'm saying? But I knew that hazmat dude had his work cut out for him, bro. It was blood where the joint started at. His blood smeared all over the floor from him scraping back on his back. It's drips of blood everywhere, man. This just looked crazy in there. And that all came from him smacking somebody that he thought he could smack, that he thought he could get away with, that he thought he sent a message to everybody else that he's a tough guy. Same thing he got on the phone and bragged about. You understand me? And now what you gonna do now when you call home? If you could talk, cause you got a lot of holes in your neck, cause it started at the neck, bang, 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 and he ain't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine you focus on something else, and that happens to you. You get a dash of boiling hot water from your back, and then you feel something poking in your neck. You understand? So, man, he went out bad. He went out real bad, man. And I know old boy, he probably went through it too, because he probably got back there. I don't know if they whooped a dude like him or whatever, because he probably ain't even had no real charges in prison before yet. But I know he was going to the mountains. That ain't no getting around that. He going to somebody's courtroom. So whatever he had going on with his time and whatever that was, he just amplified all of that. You know what I'm saying? And he going up there to the mountains. And even being like, you know, he is up there just minding his business and like play a little cards and drink coffee and watch the pod TV. You know what I'm saying? But he gonna have some more issues up there. You know what I'm saying? Even though he got that tag on what he did, he still may have some issues up there. Maybe not so much with the inmates because the word gonna travel what he did. But he's still going up there with them racist hillbillies, them tobacco chewing, bark eating. You know, he up there with them and they don't care nothing about him because he's a black man. So, man, but these are the issues that will arise in prison, man. So, just a crazy situation, man. But I seen a lot of dudes underestimate dudes, man, and it be to their detriment, man. And even some of them don't even make it, bro. Or even the ones who do make it, they scarred for life. You know, they scarred for life. So, man, you never, ever underestimate people, man, or think that your size or your intimidation is going to work. It could work into scaring them to doing something to you, i.e. Big Raymond. See what I'm saying? So, lesson learned, man, the hard way. But anyway, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Big love, TBP Nation, man. Keep your hands to yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? And the rule of thumb is never smack a man that you're not willing to take off of this earth. Never smack a man that you're not willing to take off this earth. If it's not worth taking them off the earth, try to avoid the situation at all costs, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. And man, duck them hooks, man. And understand, man, everybody is capable of doing damage, harm, and taking a life. Even a child. Straight like that. We out.
The banky special. Yeah, pure delicious. Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.